आज ही डाउटनट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सोल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Hello student, so in the given question, compound A and B react according to the following chemical equation, right? The chemical equation here, that is A gives 2B and this 2B gives 2C here, right? Given here that concentration of either A, right? Here concentration of either A or B were changed, keeping the concentration of one of the reactant constant, right? And rates were measured as a function of initial concentration, right? So here we can see the rate which is measured as the initial concentration, right? Okay, so following results were obtained. Choose the correct option for the rate equation for this reaction, right? So what we need to find out in this question, the rate equation for this reaction here, right? Okay, so first of all, here we have options are option 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's find out which one is correct here, right? Okay, so we suppose first that let rate law, right? Rate law, that is R equal to K coefficient X here, right? And the concentration of B, that is it's a coefficient, that is Y here, right? Okay, so this is our first equation, and in next we have here values, right? We have these value, the initial concentration of A mole, right? Initial concentration of A mole per mole and initial concentration of B per mole here, right? Okay, so what we do on putting the values we get, right? When we put these values in this, we get that here rate law R, right? As we see here that rate law is rates were measured as the function of initial concentration, right? So these are the rates. Okay, so first is 0.10. So 0.10 is equal to K. Here the initial concentration is 0.30 here, right? 0.30 for A, right? Here this coefficient X, and the concentration is for B is 0.30, right? 0.30 for Y. This is our second equation, right? Now we putting the second data here, right? That is here rate is 0.40. 0.40 is equal to K, the initial concentration of A, that is 0.30, 0.30 raised to the power X, that is coefficient, and here B, that is 0.60 here, right? 0.60 raised to the power Y, that is coefficient here, right? This is our third equation, right? Now we put the last value, that is here rate is 0.20. 0.20 is equal to a K, the concentration of A is 0.60, 0.60 X and 0.30, that is Y here, and we will name this equation 4, right? Okay, so from this equation, right, here from equation second and third, right? Second and third we get, right? What are second and third here? That is these both are. From the second and third we get the 0.1 by 0.4, right? Here 0.10 and 0.40. Will we cut it down? Then it will left 0.1 and 0.4, right? Is equal to 0.30 by 0.30, right, raised to the power x, and 0.30 and 0.60 raised to the power y, that is coefficient. X and y are coefficient here, right? Okay, so here when we calculate it, so it will left 1 by 4 is equal to, it will cut it down, right? So 1 by 2 y, right? If we solve this, then what we get? 1 by 2 y, which means y is equal to 2 here, right? We get y is equal to 2 from this, right? Okay, now if we solve from equation in third and fourth, right? These are the equation third and fourth, and from this third and fourth what we get, right? From equation third and fourth we get that 0.40 by 0.20 is equal to 0.30 divided by 0.60 x, and 0.60 by 0.30, right, raised to the power y. What we do here, we got this equation, right, and this we get here, right? Okay, on solving these, what we get 2, and if we cut it down, we get 1 by 2 x and 2 raised to power y here, right? Okay, on putting the values of y here, right, by putting the value of y here, what we get 2 is equal to 1 by 2x, 2 raised to power y. What is the value of y? That is 2 here, right? Okay, so we put the 2 here. What we get here, then x is equal to, when we solving it, what we get, x is equal to 1, right? Okay, so we have both values x and y here, which is the coefficient values. So on putting the values of x and y in equation first, we get, right? So here is our equation for, that is, we have to find the rate law, right? Here we have the value of x and we know the value of y. Okay, so then it will be r is equal to k a raised to power 1 and b raised to power 2, right? So we can also write like this, ka and b 2 here, right? So this is the rate law equation for this reaction here, right? So the correct option for this here, that is option 2, right? Here rate is equal to ka and b raised to power 2 here, right? So this is the answer of this question here. Thank you.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट, IIT, जेईई मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।